Constitution is a wonderful document, and we've talked quite a little bit lately about this subject of a constitutional convention. Richard Fry is the co-founder of DefendNotAmend.com. That's the website, and it's a great place to go and learn about this important issue. And the issue really is, if politicians and our government hasn't followed the Constitution that we already have, what makes us think that amending it will change their behavior? But they want to change the subject and talk about, well, we've got all these safeguards.
Right. You know,
what do we do about that?
Well, and it's inconsistent. If you look at their arguments, you know, it's kind of mosaic thinking. They're inconsistent. And so, for instance, what they say is we don't have to worry about the convention getting off track, because if it does, number one, Congress will bring it back on track. Well,
oh, now say that again. If we
I said that right.
If we find ourselves in a mess, Congress will solve that problem.
Yeah, if the convention somehow gets off track, Congress will then bring it back on track. That's their argument.
Just like they balanced the budget, just like they've reduced our taxes, just like they've taken away our health care, just like they're in the process of controlling education. Yes, we can depend on Congress. That's a safeguard.
Well, and it's inconsistent with their argument because, number one, they say the states control it, not Congress. And, you know, so it's just, it's totally inconsistent. They say Congress will never do anything to limit its power, et cetera, et cetera. So, but we can feel safe that nothing's going to go wrong with the convention because Congress will make it right. Well, yeah, anyway.
That's laughable. I don't, if it weren't so scary, it would be laughable.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing they say is that the Supreme Court will bring it back into line. But there's a real legal issue with that, because there's this doctrine called political question. And there are some issues that the Supreme Court cannot take up because it's left in the realm of the political machinery of
Congress. And if the Supreme Court dipped its finger into this bowl, why would we think they would do a better job with that than they've done with defending the life of unborn children, or, for that matter, defending us and our right to choose our own physician, for heaven's sake?
Well, I mean, look most recently what we've had. We've had a conservative, not one of the most conservative Chief Justices, Roberts, who has told us that a penalty is a tax to save Obamacare, which is
safeguard number 2, out the window.
Out the window. And then the third one is we don't have to worry about it because anything that is proposed, any of the amendments that are proposed, will have to be ratified by 3/4 of the states, and they will never let some goofy amendment get through.
No, never let some goofy thing get through, like, say, Obamacare.
Obamacare.
Common Core, and the list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think states like South Dakota get half of their $4 billion budget from the federal government, and you're telling me that we won't embrace some kind of nitwit idea, well, that safeguard is out the window.
And also, historically, we know that, you know, we've had 27 amendments in the 200-plus years of the Republic. The first 10 of those, the Bill of Rights, did not change the Constitution. Everybody acknowledged those rights, and it was just put in there as a precaution. So we've had 17 total amendments that have changed the Constitution. Of those 17 amendments, we've had 3 that have been absolute and total disasters. We have the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th. The 16th is income tax, and I'm sure everybody's happy about the IRS running around snooping in our stuff.
And now managing our health care.
Managing health care, right. So that didn't turn out so well. The most blatant problem was the 17th that actually undercut the principles of federalism because it removed the state's representation in the central government in the Senate. So the states were originally represented in the Senate, and they voted to take their own representation away.
So what your argument is that the assertion that these safeguards will prevent a constitutional convention from being a train wreck, they're nonsensical arguments.
Well, they're absurd, yeah. And the state's failure rate, if you look at it, the 3 over 17 has been 18%. That's like opening up a 5-shot pistol, sticking in one cartridge, closing it, spinning it, and say, I'm sure everything's going to be okay.
Well, everything isn't going to be okay if we open the floodgates and have a constitutional convention or a convention of the states or any other whatever you might want to call it. It's a skunk by different name.
Yes.
So we really hope that you'll go to Richard's website, Defend Not Amend, take a look, and become involved